Welcome back to Rim Racket. This episode, we will be discussing the NBA schedule.
What are you doing over there, bro?
Bro, check out the last few episodes. I've been doing this shit.
The table is making noise, but hopefully you can't hear it. Also, I can't read, so I have my phone. First thing we'll be discussing August 25th through September 10th, 2023 FIBA Men's World Cup.
Woo!
Philippines,
My
Japan, and Indonesia. You can stop copying me. Awesome.
I hope that the Indonesia wins it all.
Amnesia?
Indonesia.
You did not.
I hope that Indonesia wins it all.
I don't. Go USA.
Oh, USA.
Um,
I would root for the other teams, but I don't know anyone on the other teams.
Bro, you know the Canada
Rui
team?
Hachimura is on Japan. I would assume.
The Canada team's stacked.
Look at my hat. As if my hat.
there's a,
There's little fuzzball.
you got a little.
They can't see it. It don't matter.
Okay.
Like a long hair, thick red bone. Sorry.
Oh.
All right. Next up, after all of that, there's preseason. I don't know when it starts. I don't know when it ends. Doesn't matter.
It says right there. It starts October 5th and ends October 20th.
It does say that.
He can't read.
I did say that.
So
okay.
forget
Okay, guys.
him.
My bad.
That's
my
why
bad.
we have me and Preston here.
Yeah.
No.
Keep
I
it
have,
humble.
I have glasses. That's why.
Preston is smart.
After the preseason,
SMRT.
October 24th is the start of the 2023-2024 NBA regular season.
And that's when the Cavs go on a roll and go 82-0.
That's false because the only four teams to play on October 24th are the Lakers at Nuggets and the Suns at Warriors.
I want to say,
You say the Warriors like that.
I said
Warriors.
Warriors.
like Warriors because they don't know what's going to happen after this year.
Marcus said you look like a bird.
Hey, yo.
He said you don't know what you're talking about.
Marcus. Oh. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
He also said that
Shut
your
up,
take on
Marcus.
Kobe was stupid.
Marcus, baby.
That's fine.
Jeez. Okay. The next opening day, well, I guess the next day that almost every team plays is October 25th. That's when the Hawks play the Hornets, the Wizards play the Pacers, the Celtics play the Knicks,
That'd be a good game.
the Rockets play the Magic, the Cavs play the Nets, Pistons play the Heat, Timberwolves play the Raptors, Thunder play the Bulls, Pelicans play the Grizzlies,
That's an easy dub for Chicago. Right
Kings
there,
play
buddy.
the Jazz, Mavericks play the Spurs, and Blazers play the Clippers. Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of teams.
That's going to be a good day. Good day, good day. And then
A
the
lot
next
of
day,
basketball out there.
the last day for an opening for a team is the 26th, where the 76ers play the Bucks. Also, the Suns will be playing the Lakers, but that's not their opening day. That's just the second game of the day. After that, you just have NBA basketball pretty much until November 3rd, where the NBA in-season tournament begins.
All right. I'm going to stop you right there. Someone explain this damn tournament. I know nothing about it. I know they voted for it. Was it last year or the year before?
Last year, I think they voted for it and they're playing it this season.
But what
No,
do
the way-
you okay, so if you win this tournament, what do you get?
Buddy.
Money?
Yeah,
That's
you
it?
get cap
Okay.
incentives.
Okay.
And then you get the bragging right. Yes.
Okay.
There's not. If they wanted to make it like interesting, they'd like give you a draft pick.
Saw, I forgot who it was, but somebody said to give the winner like a playoff bye. So like they're just in the playoffs. No matter how bad their record is.
So like if the Hornets end up winning the in-season tournament, they automatically get a spot in the playoff. That would be crazy.
I think that'd be a cool implement though.
I feel like with that implement, you'd have to take out the play-in games.
Meh. Or just put them in the play-in.
Yeah, like solidified play-in spot. Because the play-in is, I think it's working.
I like
Thought
the
it
play-in.
was.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
to
more
watch.
basketball, so I'm obviously like I'm down for it.
Right. But I don't know what this in-season tournament like really changes.
So what
I don't think it really changes.
It doesn't change much because the games that they play against each other are still counted towards their
record.
record. It's like this games they'd still play. It's just they hold more weight in terms of seeding for the in-season tournament.
And so you get the cash prize thing. So I don't know what they're gonna do with like obviously they're still gonna run their main roster, but those guys that are on the bench, that aren't getting paid a lot. That money's money, you know.
Yeah.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, it was like 60 games in the in-season tournament. So I'm not going to go through all of them. You can just go to NBA.com and look at the in-season tournament, uh, the schedule, and it will give you every game you want. December 7th, though, is the NBA in-season tournament semifinals. If you want to go, it's in Las Vegas. We're not going to go because we're poor. I'm poor. I'm not going. I am speaking for myself. That's why I just said I'm not going. Anyways, after December 7th, December 9th will be the finals. So whatever two teams end up in the finals, end up in the finals. That'll be a good game. They didn't have the Christmas Day games on the schedule that I looked at. So if you want to look it up, you can. I'm gonna finish going through these other
I would assume
key
something
dates real quick while you look
I
it
would
up.
assume it's like what, Lakers.
I don't know.
Warriors,
Probably
shit,
we'll figure it out.
something like that.
February 16, 18, NBA All Star. It's in Indiana this year. April 14th, regular season ends. April 16th through the 19th is the play-in tournament. April 20th, the playoffs begin, and the first game of the NBA Finals, whoever it might be, is on June 6th. And that is basically the whole outline for the
Dude,
season.
The playoffs begin on 420.
So
That is awesome.
That's my marriage. That's when I'm getting married.
unfortunately,
Jordan's
Yeah,
getting
I'm not gonna be able
on his
to-
wedding day.
I'm not gonna be able to.
Jordan's getting stoned on his wedding day. Y'all heard it here first.
I'm not gonna be able to watch. I'm not getting stoned.
Jordan's gonna be up there. Just,
Jordan's phone's gonna go off.
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's gonna hear. Na, 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 na.
Maybe, depending on what time it is. If the Warriors are playing,
Jordan, move to the
we're gonna have to bring a monitor. If the Warriors are playing,
He's gonna put it right above Delaney's head. And he's gonna be saying his vows, looking up at it.
mid-vow.
let's go.
Some stupid shit.
Curry breaks his ankle. Jordan yells, "Fuck!"
Jordan yells, "No!" And then
That's
also,
She's like, "I do," and they're like, "What about you, Jordan?" And he's like, "No." Ruins it all. Okay, so there's 5 games on Christmas Day. They are ranked on this website for some reason.
Can I try to predict one?
Yeah.
I want to say either the Lakers Suns or Warriors Suns.
my prediction is Nuggets and Miami.
No. So
Neither of them.
mm-mm.
Well, that's fucking
So
stupid.
you have Miami versus Philadelphia.
Oh, lame.
That's not. That's weird.
I'm not watching it.
The Knicks are playing again just because they play every Christmas, no matter what,
Makes
if they're
sense.
bad or not. They're playing the Bucks.
Good thing they're not bad though. That would be a
And
good
then
game.
the Suns are playing, yes,
The Eastern Western team.
Yeah, East or West.
West.
Nuggets.
No.
The Suns aren't playing the Lakers,
Who-
the Warriors. or
Who is
the
Devin Booker's dad?
The Mavs.
They're playing the Mavs. Christmas Day.
They're the Mavs.
And then Lakers. Who do you think's playing Lakers?
Clippers. West or East team.
East.
Celtics haven't been named. Celtics.
Boston versus LA on Christmas Day.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a really good Christmas Day. I think they should do that every year on Christmas. And then Golden State versus Denver.
Okay.
Those are the 5 different games.
So we got like 3 good games.
Yeah. The matchups are weird for like Philadelphia and Miami. I don't get
I
that.
knew the Cavs weren't gonna kill
And then
them.
Milwaukee versus New York. I mean, you just gotta throw New York in there just because they get one every year. But there's just no. But the Dallas one and Phoenix one's fire just because there's that.
Luka
tension,
versus Devin
tension.
Booker.
Like they're right now they're like 1-1 in the playoffs against each other. So like there's tension. And then obviously Boston versus LA. It's just
Been a
historic.
thing.
And then last year's champs versus this current year's champs. Warriors versus Nuggets.
And future champs.
The
Warriors.
Nuggets.
The Warriors.
Nuggets.
Warriors. We got it.
We'll see.
Believe in us. You never have. And we have
Believe
4.
Never will.
We got 4 of them things.
You know, there's more.
Cleveland has 1.
You know, there's more.
And do you know what that one was?
Chicago.
He has 1.
The 73-9 year.
And guess what? We have 4.
I was good for.
Actually, the Warriors might have more than 4. But the other ones I was around for were 4.
I think the Warriors got 6 now.
They might, yeah. But I was there for 4 of them. That's a good thing.
Browns would go.
Debatable.
NBA All-Star Weekend in
Drazen
Indianapolis.
Petrovic.
Tickets are still crazy. even though it's in Indianapolis.
I would like to go to an All-Star game.
It'd be
Eventually.
so dope, even if it's just like nosebleeds watching the dunk competition.
Yeah, watching Cole Anthony put Tim's on and miss 20 dunks in a row. That'd be elite. Great content.
Bro, I want Kai Jones.
Okay.
What?
They should put Alex Caruso in it. There's only one white person that's ever won it. I think it
Brent
was
Berry.
Brent Berry.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about the schedule at all? Or we
I
wanna
will
just
say nosebleeds.
move on to
The cheapest nosebleed is $287
for All-Star?
Yeah,
For a Saturday night?
for 2 tickets. For 2 tickets.
Hey, I think Curry's going to be in three-point competition. You hear what
Hey, if you guys get us a lot of subscribers and before what is it? Before February 16th, we might be able to get a media pass.
Look,
For real.
hypothetically, 2 tickets Saturday night on SeatGeek
There's three of
with
us.
Yeah.
code
I'm not
with,
saying
with this
that.
code is $725.74. That's just for 2 tickets.
Well, Curry had an interview yesterday where he said he wants to beat Sabrina Ionescu's three-point record because she had like 37
Mhm.
in the final round.
Showing crazy.
He said he'd like to beat that.
I want to see it.
So it'd be crazy if Curry's in three-point competition again.
I don't see why he's not.
Because he's like,
Yeah,
years ago,
like-
he's like, oh, this is it, I'm done.
there are only like a very few tickets for the actual All-Star game. Cheapest one is $994.
Okay.
Expensive.
Nothing else about the schedule or outline or anything.
No, just looking pretty routine.
All right. So we're gonna move on to a different segment. We're gonna do over and under. I'm not gonna name the company because we're not allowed to gamble. But that doesn't mean I don't want a gambling sponsor. I still know what I'm talking about, potentially. So if any gamblers like Cliff want to answer the email, we can get a sponsorship. That's the only one I'm name dropping. So let's start off with the first team. Hawks over under is 41.5. And they went 41-41 this year. What are your guys' thoughts? Over under.
I'm gonna take the under. They did not get better.
I'm also taking the under. I don't think they're gonna do I don't think they're gonna be like 35, but I could see them getting 41 again.
Yeah.
Or like 40 around there.
Just 'cause
Celtics.
Other teams got
My bad.
better. Other teams got better. I don't feel like Atlanta's.
I feel like Atlanta just kind of like meh, you know.
Like John Collins, as much as
Now I will say, I almost said Trey Collins. Trey Young did have an off season, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, he's overrated because he had an off season. But if he comes back like the old Trey Young, they could go over. But unless he does, I don't see them doing it. Celtics over under is 54.5. They won 57 games and lost 25 this year. So what are your thoughts?
54 and a half.
54.5 over under. I would say
I'm going to take the over.
Oh yeah, I was about to say over, but not by a whole lot. I feel like they're gonna be kind of around the same as last year.
They took a step up.
I mean, yeah,
And they won 57.
but I don't know if they'll go in the 60s with it.
No, I'm just thinking maybe by a game or two.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go over because I was gonna say under because they lost Marcus Smart.
But they added Chris.
They got Kristaps, so I feel like those two kind of cancel each other out.
think-
Marcus Smart's really good at defense. Kristaps is really good at offense. So like, I feel like they cancel it out. The only thing that would be different is Malcolm Brogdon's probably going to get that starting spot, but Malcolm Brogdon has a history of being injured, so I don't know how long he's going to start.
Yeah.
So that was why I was going to take the under because they won't have that guy that's going to be there like all year. Plus, Porzingis has injury history, so there's no telling if he's going to play. He's definitely not going to play 82 games.
No.
But he's going to miss some games.
I just
So,
feel
I
like
don't know.
Porzingis being there solved some of the problems that the Celtics have had for a while.
Yeah.
Their guard positions, they haven't been lacking on that. For the past 7 years, it feels like they've been solid in the guard spot.
Next
Okay.
team is the Nets over under 37.5. This year they went 45 and 37. So, do you want to take your over under first? We could just rotate.
Yeah.
We'll just go up and down.
I'm not that big on gambling. So 37.5. The over is they're getting more.
They
than
would have to
37
win.
points,
They would have to win 38.
Okay.
If they win 37, it's under.
Okay. I got you. I feel like they'd go over. I feel like they can go over. Not by a whole lot because the Nets really didn't do much. But I think if like the season beginning to end, like Mikal can turn up and play well with them. I feel like it'd be over.
I'm going to go under. I think they could end up at 37, but they started off really hot when Mikal came, but then they kind of simmered down, and they didn't really like add too many pieces. They got Lonnie Walker, but they already had a Lonnie Walker in Cam Thomas, so like they already had a bucket getter. They just got another one. I don't know how much that's going to put them over the edge, but I'm going to take the under on the Nets.
I'm gonna take the under, just because even though the Nets squeezed into the playoffs, it's because for the majority of the season they had Kyrie Irving and KD, but once they traded both those guys away, they had a losing record with Michael Bridges after that trade, and they didn't add anything to make them, I feel like, have a winning record. So I'm gonna take the under on the Nets just because they were losing with Mikal Bridges. I think they're gonna keep on losing because they don't have identity. It's kind of hard to win games if you don't know what you're doing. But they're gonna be super fun to watch. You're gonna get players that can shoot, put a lot of shots up, and it'll be super fun to watch every game.
The only way they go over is if Ben Simmons comes back like the Ben Simmons from Philly, which I am hoping for. Everybody hates Ben Simmons.
I hate him, but I want to see him.
I like Ben Simmons, and I want him to go back to the Philly form because it was fun. It was nice. It was a 6'10" point guard.
That could defend any position.
6'10" point guard throwing lobs to Nicholas Claxton or hitting Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson in the corner. That'll be tough.
Yeah.
And if he goes back to his Philly form, that's DPOY candidate. Well, maybe not DPOY, but at least an all-team defense player. I don't know how great he's going to be if it's his first season stepping back into his old self. But I do want Ben Simmons to succeed. If he doesn't succeed this year, I am going to give up on the Ben Simmons success train. But if it happens later on, good for him. But I just won't be rooting for it if it doesn't happen this season.
So I'm gonna just say this real quick. I've been a big Ben Simmons hater ever since he sold him that shot against Kawhi. He made me so mad that shot. Why would they stick Ben Simmons on Kawhi Leonard? I have no idea. I was very depressed after that night.
Well, if you watch the clip, I'm pretty sure it ends with Joel Embiid on the pickup on Kawhi.
Yeah, because
and
Ben Simmons
Kawhi shot over Joel Embiid.
Yeah, because Ben Simmons folded. He was supposed to guard him, and then he ended up in the fucking stands.
He was just running. He was following him. I don't know.
But he didn't know how to stop and be in front of his guy.
But we're not gonna act like that shot was pure skill.
It was Kawhi Leonard, so everything's calculated.
He knew exactly what he was doing, bro.
Yeah, it's Kawhi.
He knew he was gonna kill every Philadelphia fan's heart because they had trusted the process for so long.
Boardman gets
and
paid.
he fucking six bounced that thing into.
You seen his face? He knew that shit would. He knew he had a feeling that motherfucker wasn't gonna go in there.
Dude,
Jimmy Butler's best chance at a ring.
Yes, that team was the only team in NBA history where all five starters averaged 17 points per game. That's one of the best offensively put together teams ever.
They had a good bench too.
Yeah. And their bench was tough. And they just got knocked out by 4 bounces.
By the man, Kawhi Leonard.
Game 7, 4 bounces, bro.
Fun
guy.
Man, I was pissed. Bro, I wish I was so mad that night.
And then LeBron and Jokic.
But hey, Jimmy's won 2 finals since then, so I thought he was never going to be that close ever again. He's been there.
No, I never would have thought he'd have took a team there either. To be honest with you, I didn't think he'd take a team there.
The second time blew my fucking mind. The first time is the bubble, so I was surprised. Second time, it just proves how player he is.
I respect though. 95 on 2K is crazy. Wouldn't have seen that coming either.
Mm-mm.
Next team is the Hornets. Over under 30.5. 27. They won 27 this year, lost 55.
Under.
I'm taking the over on the
I'm
Hornets.
also taking the over on the
I
Hornets.
see them getting 35.
LaMelo Ball was injured. He only played like 30-something games, and they ended with that record. I'm taking the over. LaMelo Ball
Oh
special.
shit!
And
I forgot Melo's
they
coming
got-
back.
This guy.
And Miles
Yeah.
Bridges only has like 8 games left on his suspension.
They're
And
gonna.
he was nearly 20 points per game kind of scorer.
But,
And they got the second overall pick in the draft. I'm taking them.
I'm taking
35.
that
over.
might be a lock. I'm taking the over.
Over on the Hornets.
I forgot about Lamelo. All right, yeah, over.
Next team, the Bulls. Over under 36.5. They won 40, lost 42. Didn't really do anything to change. Didn't really do anything to get worse. Didn't do anything to get better. Over
I
under.
think they'll
I'm
get
gonna
at
take the
36.
over because I feel like what the Hawks were, their over under was like 40.
It was 41.5, and
And
they ended 41,
The
41.
Bulls were like, just a game behind.
1 game behind.
And the Bulls, I feel like had a better offseason than Atlanta did.
Them, but
And so I'm taking the over.
but them ruling Alonzo out plays a big factor. I don't know.
But he was
didn't
out all
play-
year
yeah, he didn't.
last year too.
He didn't play last year anyway.
I know that.
They
I'm
picked
taking the
but
over.
then look,
up Devontae Carter from the Bucks. They picked up someone else.
but wouldn't throw a bunch of hype on him trying to come back this year?
Yeah, they're trying, but
I'm taking the over, but I think they're probably just going to end it what they did this year.
Yeah.
But I still
Same.
think it's going to be
staying
an over.
middle of the road.
I feel like I
It
feel
didn't
like
get worse.
Yeah.
I'll take the unders because I feel like they'll get at 36. I don't feel like they're gonna hit 40.
Next team, Cavs. Over under 50.5.
Over.
They won 51, lost 31.
Over. The only reason why I finished, 51-31 is a good record, but they had quite a few injuries throughout the season. Mobley was out, and Allen was out, and Darius was out, and then Donovan.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were talking about Donovan or Darius,
Yeah,
so I wasn't.
like there's spurts where obviously injuries happen, but there was just spurts where folks was out, and if they can fix that, then I feel like the Cavs would be a top 3 seed in the East.
I
Maybe
can see it.
maybe
but-
a biased Cavs fan thing for me to say, but
I
the
think
Cavs play so well together, and if they can keep the injuries to a minimum, I can see them as a top 3 seed. in the
I'll
East.
take the over just because it's their second year and they're
Mhm.
going to gel more. I think a
Yes.
big reason why they didn't do good against New York is because they've had that New York team together for a while. Besides Jalen Brunson, he's like the only new person. This Cavs team is their first time ever being in the playoffs together, and they lost in 5. But going into year 2 with that squad, I'll take over.
Let's get deep in the playoffs. So Donovan wants to stay.
They need to trade Jarrett Allen, and they'll be good.
Uh,
Evan Mobley will never be the player that they need him to be if Jarrett Allen's still on that roster. I promise
best defensive team in the league last year.
you. But
I'll also take the over. I don't know if they're gonna do a lot over. They could end at 51 again. But I'm taking the over again. I'm taking the over for the Cavs.
Injuries to a minimum. I feel they're a top 3.
they're very well coached. They have a really good roster. They're 9 players deep, which is pretty good in the NBA. Having
Experience is what gets them. They don't have vets. They traded.
They got rid of
They
Kevin
traded their
Love.
one vet. And Robin left. So, the only vet they got now is Donovan. Really, unless there's someone else I'm missing. So, keep injuries to a minimum. That's their top 3 team. I don't give a fuck what anybody got.
Top 3 is crazy. Just because
Celtics and Bucks.
Celtics, Bucks.
I feel like they're a better team than the Sixers.
Oh, this year, yeah.
All
yeah.
around,
Especially if James Harden is-
all
James
around,
Harden's
all
out.
around there. A better team.
We'll
than
get to the 76ers
Yeah.
down the
Yeah.
line. But the Bucks, Celtics, and then honestly, yeah,
Miami. They're
don't
not
know.
better than Miami.
Regular season Miami.
Overall,
I think regular season the Cavs will be better than Miami.
yes.
But playoffs, I don't
They're
know.
not a better team. I'm telling you.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
this upcoming year, they done lost.
Like you look back
with
at
Cavs got Max Drew.
Whenever we get
They
back, whenever we get to Miami, they won. I'll just. They won 44 games, and Drew Butler was hurt for 20 games. Kyle Lowry was hurt for 20 games. Man was hurt for almost 20 games. They didn't have a healthy roster at all
But
until
the
like
Cavs are deeper now.
the last month of the
The
season.
Cavs are deeper.
We'll hold on. We'll get there.
We'll get to them.
The Mavs are up next.
No,
Over.
fuck that.
Actually, let's just skip to the Heat. Where are they?
The over
The
under.
Heat
48.
over under 48.5. They won 44, lost 38. The
They
reason,
won 44 without having their three
Okay.
best players.
but
play
they
the
just
full
lost
season.
two of their best rotational players
Yes.
in Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. So, who's next up?
They're just living. I gave you the pause because obviously fucking Tyler Hero scores 20 points per game.
The only way I
It
think
was the look on his face.
Before they had Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, they had Duncan Robinson averaging 15 points per game.
the only way I think they go over is if they get Dame. My opinion.
Yeah, I
That's
feel the same.
crazy.
That's just my opinion. I don't think they're going to be ass. I don't think they're going to be horrible.
They have
They
the-
could end up exactly where they were last season, but I don't think
They will be an eighth
I don't
seed
think they're
again.
that great of a team.
I think they were just in the finals and they only lost Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, but they have the best,
But those
second
are
best coach in the league.
two of their best rotational pieces. I'm not saying that he couldn't pull it off. I'm not saying that they can't find another diamond in the rough. They've done it a billion times. But just right now on paper, I would take the under. Not wait, what is it? Hold on. 48.5. They had 44. Yeah, I would take the under. But I don't think they're gonna get like 30 or anything
Yeah.
crazy like that. Like they could end at 48. But unless they get Dame, I don't think they're going over 50. And if they prove me wrong, clip it and send it to me every day.
Yeah, I will do.
Bro. Oh God, you will.
So who
Mavs.
else was brought up in that argument though? There was somebody else brought the 76ers. Let's skip to the 76ers. 76ers over under 49.5. They won 54, lost 28. I am taking the hard under, especially if James Harden is not coming
If
back.
James Harden is gone.
I think Tyrese Maxey will take a step. That's good for him. That's good for the 76ers fan base.
Shout out.
I think
Tyrese.
you guys are underlooking the Tyrese Maxey lead he'll take.
No, I love Tyrese
In
Maxey.
the 13 games that Harden didn't play last year, for
Tyrese is a beast.
he averaged like
Tyrese is
26
gold.
points per game.
Tyrese is
I'm not
beast.
I
saying
know,
he
so I'm saying that just because James Harden not there doesn't mean that they're going to be just an ass team.
Oh,
They're
but
gonna
you know
fall
Joel
apart.
Embiid's gonna get injured. He's gonna
Yeah.
be injured. He's gonna miss games. He's probably gonna play like 60 something.
I
He got his
still feel-
MVP. He might load manage. I don't know, but I
They
feel like
gotta-
they're not gonna win them.
I think they will just because it's the best coach Joel Embiid's ever played for, and Nick Nurse, and Tyrese Maxey is going to take that lead if James Harden's not there, which is looking very, very likely.
I am taking the under unless they get something good back from James Harden. Now we can go back to the top of the list. The Mavericks over under 44.5. They won 38, lost 44. This one's
give
kinda
me-
tough.
Give me the over. They really shit the bed the last like 6 games of the season on purpose, and they were not shy about that. They played Luca for a quarter, and they take him out for the rest of the game because they want to lose games. Right? They were not caring. They did not want to be in the playing tournament. They just, I think the Mavs are going over 44 just because they have the talent, they have the offensive capability. Luca regardless.
I'm gonna say the under. The simple fact of I don't know what Kyrie's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. We don't know if he's gonna take time off again.
After the
It-
trade, he was a better offensive player than Luca was.
I think I might
But
take the.
now that he's staying, I mean, he did resign, so he is staying.
That means he wants to be there.
Right. But no.
Who else has he re-signed for?
Does he want to be there? Celtics.
Did he re-sign that?
I don't know, but he said
He
he
promised
promised to
he
stay there
would,
for
and
the
he
rest of
left.
his life.
And then he said the same thing in. No, he didn't say the same thing in Brooklyn, but he said, "I want to be here for a while. This is where I'm from."
The only thing I'll say about
And then-
Kyrie is he's spontaneous, but I don't think that's the reason. I'm gonna pick under, but I don't think that's the reason why. I just think they didn't get. Off the top of my head, the reason why I'm picking under is because I don't remember if they ever got any defensive players to help them with their defense. If they did, then I would reevaluate my assessment, but I don't think they got any wing defenders, which is what they are missing. Kyrie, bucket. Luka, bucket. But they can't play defense.
He got Seth Curry back.
He can't play defense. Point proven. They just need
Whoa.
defenders, and the only defender on the floor.
You don't need defenders.
Oh,
What KD say last month? Whenever he was arguing on Twitter, He said something like offense wins championship. Dummy.
That sounds like a KD tweet.
So I think that's
I mean,
exactly what he said.
If the offense is Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, then sure. But if it's just Kyrie and Luka and fucking Dwight Powell, that's not winning a
Shout out Dwight Powell,
championship.
man.
Shout out Maxi Kleber.
Don't shout out Dwight Powell.
Dwight
Get him
Powell.
off your team.
What? Hey man.
Maxi Kleber's a better player.
He is. I love
Um,
Maxi Kleber.
That's a dope name.
What?
That's a dope name.
He's a good player. He can stretch.
I didn't say
I thought you were saying he just has a
He
dope
can
name,
name what?
like nothing else.
Stretch?
Pistons over under 28.5.
Over.
They won 17, lost 65.
Over, and that's because Cade was injured. Cade got
Yeah,
injured last
okay,
year.
so Cade was injured, but
I mean,
going from 17 wins to 28.5 is a big jump.
11-game jump. I'm taking the under just because I feel like the Pistons want one more pick, one more, even if it's not like top 5 pick, just one more lottery pick in that.
They're going to get Bronny James.
I can see them if, again, injuries to a minimum as a playing team.
I just can't. There's
I
just so many.
As a
There's
playing
just so
team.
many other teams.
There's so many young players on that team that
They don't have, like I said,
experience.
identity means
I mean, the Cavs ended up as a 4th seed with little experience. They only had 3 people. That
Well, they didn't have like
Donovan
no
Mitchell dropped
experience. Donovan
50
Mitchell was
in the
like
playoffs.
goated in the playoffs.
He had like multiple.
They
50
got
point
James.
games.
Shout out James. James got a ring.
He didn't play.
Don't disrespect my guy.
I'm
Don't
disrespecting him.
Don't disrespect.
I'm
my guy.
disrespecting him. I asked you
Disrespect my guy.
to tell him to get me a jersey, and you wouldn't even talk to him for me.
Don't
What a
disrespect my guy.
brother, right?
Disrespect.
Couldn't be me. If I knew Donovan Mitchell, I'd be like, "Hey, man, my brother is one of the biggest Cavs fans in the world.
He's the only Cavs fan.
You
in the world.
should, yeah, only Cavs fan in the world." I'm taking the under just because I think it is a very large jump. Could they end up around 28? Sure, but I don't think they're
Yeah.
a 30-win team. If they are, cool.
I just got a lot of faith in the young teams, like them, the Rockets.
I
I got a lot
I
of
know.
faith in them because they're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, they're gonna be super fun to watch. Like I'm gonna love watching a Pistons game or a Rockets game. But in terms of winning games, I just feel like if you don't have an identity in the league, you're not gonna win. You can have a fun game, but in those like the last 10 minutes of the game, when it all matters, you're gonna fold. And that's just
But I also think Cade's that guy too. A lot of people
Cade's
say-
that guy, but
Cade is going to be good.
If
but
Cade-
Cade's not like Michael Jordan or LeBron, where you can be that guy around a bunch of just randos and take over and win those games.
He's
Cade's
still,
not that guy.
he still has
Cade's the guy.
He's been in the league what 2-3 seasons,
I think this will be his third.
and he got injured last year.
Mhm.
I got faith in him. Give me the over. Give me the over.
He still has Killian Hayes on his team. I was trying to say that earlier, but I kept wanting to say Kyrie Thomas, who Pistons legend. I don't even think he's in the league anymore. Nuggets over under 53.5. I'm taking their over,
I'm taking
but I think
the
it's only going to be
under.
like 55.
Yeah,
I'm taking the under just because some of the other teams that
because you're mad they beat the Heat.
no.
That's all it is.
because some other
Bias.
teams like LA, for example, who finished like in the play-in, they went and got a lot better this offseason. And I feel like they're going to win some more games down the stretch, which will just take more wins away from the other top Western teams. So I feel like they're going to be right around where they were last year.
Jokic is that guy.
I know, but
I
if
don't
you just
feel
won a
like-
championship, this happened whenever the Warriors were winning a lot of games. They don't care about the regular season after they had that record, right? Or after you win, you don't really care about the regular season. You just care about the playoffs.
I feel like the
I don't
Nuggets
feel
are
like
different, though.
Nikola Jokic wants to come out here and win to get the number 1 seed in the West. It doesn't matter to a team that's
That's what doesn't matter to him.
knows they're
Period.
good.
It doesn't matter. That's what doesn't matter to him.
I'm
Period.
just saying, you don't care about seeding if you're a team like that. You just win enough games to get home court advantage, and you're happy.
I think the Nuggets are going to shoot for whatever Mike Malone tells them to. And I feel like he's not going to tell them to just sit and be patient. I feel like they're going to be 1, 2, 3 top seed. And,
But I don't feel like anything
I feel
over
like they
55.
could get, but I feel like they're going to get like 55. I just
I don't see
think
anything
they are
over that, just because other teams got better.
Warriors over under 40.5.
We'll
They
let you-
won
we'll let you
44.
start that off.
They lost 38. I am going to take the over, but only the most I think we'd probably win is 50. But the only reason why I'm going over is because I am a hopeful fan. If Chris Paul comes in and he does help the young core, our bench will be good. We have Jonathan Kuminga. He is
7 foot.
no, but I don't know if you guys watch Warrior game. Probably not because you're not a Warriors fan. But Jonathan Kuminga is really good at defense, and he knows, like, he's good at cutting. The only thing he's not great at is shooting the ball. But like, he could just, the Warriors again. Even if you watch the finals, you saw like there's guys they got paid just because they knew how to cut. Gary Payton got paid because he knew how to cut, right? Like, he's great defensively, but most of his points were backdoor cuts, right? I don't think Kuminga can do that. And Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards of all time, knowledge-wise, maybe skill-wise too. I don't know. I don't want to argue about that. But I feel like if he could get the young guys involved, they could go over. Now, if they do go under, I'm not going to be surprised, but I'm taking the over as being a hopeful fan, and I think that they could end with like 50 because, again, Chris Paul is a good player. Steph Curry, as long as he doesn't get injured, greatest point guard in the world. They got Clay. Clay said on Podcast P's, or on Paul George's podcast, that he's been working on some moves. We might see Clay out here doing some dribbling, which would be crazy. Draymond's Draymond. He's gonna fight with Chris Paul probably, but hopefully that just ends with like a dime. Like, see, that's how you pass the ball. Some just fuck you type shit. But I think that they'll be good. They didn't lose anything crazy other than I like Knicks. Well, yeah, they lost Jordan Poole, but what's the guy he's on the Knicks now? Dante DiVincenzo. I always want to call him something. I don't know. I know his name starts. I'm not even gonna say it. Anyways, I know he lost Dante DiVincenzo, and he was a big energy guy. But I don't know. I just feel like we got the pieces to be better than 48.5.
Well, after Jordan's book, I'm going to take the under.
Sorry, I'm a passionate fan.
Just because I feel like there are some teams, such as the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Clippers, are like right neck and neck
Clippers
with
aren't
them.
winning unless they
Clippers
play.
are
Clippers.
right. They're right neck and neck with them, and then Phoenix and then Mavericks. I feel like those teams are all, or at least the Mavericks, the Clippers are all in the same league as the Warriors. And so I feel like 50 games would be kind of tough. Yeah, so I'm saying the under because I feel like 44, and then the Kings as well. Can't forget about the Kings. So I feel like the Warriors are not getting over 50 or 48 wins. That's just me.
I got the under.
I feel like the under probably where they
48. I don't see them getting 48.
We'll see.
I can see them having the same record as last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But
like
48
seed.
We had 44, and we were the worst home team. The worst, no, it was away team. My bad. We were the worst away team. If we could just win some away games, literally all we got to do is win 5. And we got one of the greatest point guards coming off the bench to give us 5. You think he couldn't get us 5 wins? You don't think Chris Paul gravitates 5 wins?
I know, but the Lakers are better this year.
Nah.
Yes.
What?
Nah.
Lakers were in the Western Conference Championship,
Listen,
and they went and got a better roster.
Didn't
you
they
guys didn't upgrade.
Hold on.
You guys didn't upgrade. The Lakers did.
Hold on.
The Lakers were
Hold on.
4 games away from the championship.
Let me finish.
And they got better.
Let me finish.
And they
Warriors got bounced
Let me
second
finish.
round by the Lakers.
Can I not
And they
finish?
didn't. They got worse.
Okay, but you're not listening.
Make it make sense, please.
I'm trying. You keep fucking talking. All right. So, anyways, the Warriors
Got
and
worse.
the Lakers. They didn't. They
The Lakers
they lost Jordan
got
Poole.
better.
They lost Jordan Poole, the guy that gets 6 turnovers a game. We got a guy that's gonna get 2, maybe 1, maybe not 0. He's not gonna fucking throw the ball away 24/7. He can't score. Maybe, I don't know. He's fucking 40 years old, but he's not gonna give the ball away every other possession. On top of that, he's one of the greatest mind players in the game. He'll fucking pull off some bullshit and be like, that guy's shoes untied, and we'll get 4 free throws out of it. I don't fucking know how he does it, but he does it. And on top of that, the Lakers, did they sign better players? Sure. But who's to say Anthony Davis is going to play? Is he going to play? If he plays, he's better. They're better. If he plays, they're
This whole
better.
narrative of him not playing is fucking crazy. I saw a graphic.
I'm not done.
Since like
I'm not
2020,
done.
he's played more games
I'm
than fucking
not
Steph
done.
Curry.
I want to point out.
He's played more games than
Steph
Curry
Curry
had.
actually got injured. Anthony Davis went away to fuck fucking
He's
wheelchair.
played more
on his
games.
shoulder.
He's played more games.
Barely. Oh my god. Anthony Davis, if he played, they might be better than us.
Lakers got
I'm not saying they fucking didn't.
Okay.
I'm saying
What
that
you're-
the Lakers.
What you're
Can
saying
I finish
does not
talking
make
though?
sense.
Can I
No,
finish
You're
talking?
just saying.
But you're not
shit.
listening. I'm not saying shit. You're not
The
listening.
Warriors lost to the Lakers in the playoffs, and the Warriors got worse, and the Lakers got better. So for you to think that the Warriors are going to be better in the regular season after they just lost to this team in the fucking postseason and got worse, and that team got better,
How do
that
we get
makes
worse?
no sense.
I just want to point
How do we
out.
get worse?
I just want to point out that it is 12:49 in the morning, and that's why both of these two are fighting.
No, I'm locked in. He's crazy. I'm locked in. I'm like this.
Man.
I'm locked in.
Lakers
getting
78 wins this year.
See, that's wild. My point
Yeah, clip that.
is the Lakers got a better roster.
Amen.
Sure. They signed better players.
Amen.
Sure. But-
What else do you expect from a team? Are they worse because they have a better roster? They signed better players, and they're going to be worse? Make it make sense.
And they have players that have gotten better, like Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is hooping right now.
I literally haven't finished my statement. It's been like 30 fucking minutes since I started. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm trying to say is the Lakers, they signed better players. You got it. They signed better players. But to say that the Warriors aren't going to be they're not going to beat that is insane to me. Say that they can't. I'm not saying that the Lakers aren't going to be a good team. If Anthony Davis and LeBron James play, they're going to be great. I think they're going to be a really good team. But they started off really slow last year, and didn't they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James? It's not going to happen again, probably.
And they got a whole
Hopefully.
new roster at the trade deadline.
And they got a whole new roster. Yeah, exactly. Okay, but
And they went to the Western Conference Finals.
yes,
Guess
okay,
who wasn't there?
I'm over it. We're moving on.
No, I'm going to say my piece real quick.
No, we're good. Moving
Why did you
on.
get to say yours? Why can't Jacob say
I
his?
can't. I didn't get to say mine. I
Yeah,
still
because
haven't
you've been on
fucking
a
finished it.
45-minute
Rockets
tirade.
over under 31 and a half. I can't see what they did last year. Probably
22 and 6.
fucking ass. 22 and 60.
I got
Rockets
going over
and
the
under.
Warriors and
I'm taking the Rockets
I'm going to say
under because again it is a big jump.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll say it, yeah.
I'll go under.
As much faith as I got in the young teams, that's almost 10
Ooh,
games.
good, I like this
10
next
games.
one.
Or it's a-
Pacers over under 38 and a half. They won 35, lost 47.
I'm going over on the Pacers. I'm a big believer in the Pacers. I'm saying around 40 to 45-ish in that range.
Ooh, that's a tough take. Me
Pacers-
personally,
Very solid, very well coached. I think the Pacers.
Who they got? Nick. No, he's on
Rick Carlisle.
I don't know.
He's on Carlisle.
I'm not
No,
good.
he's just got fired.
He got
Okay.
fired.
I'll say under because I don't know what all they. Off the top of my head, I don't know what all they did in the offseason.
We'll be topping.
Obi Toppin,
We'll be topping.
OG
Bruce
Toppin
Brown.
is not going to push them to 30.
Bruce Brown. And then they were on a roll like the last half of the season.
If
anyway.
Benedict
Like,
Mathurin
I love
snaps, then maybe. But as of right now, I'm going under.
I'm gonna say 40 wins. For
I'm going over. They can win 4 more games.
Yeah.
Unless that's impossible. I don't know.
Maybe more wins than the Warriors.
Clippers over under 46 and a half, 44-38.
I'm gonna say over just because I think maybe they'll win like 48.
I'm going to say under
They're not gonna-
because Kawhi Leonard is not going to play.
Is Kawhi not playing?
Probably not. I don't know.
Well,
When has he
Ty
played?
Lue just did a.
I haven't remembered Kawhi playing since 2014. I know Ty Lue said they're going to take the regular season seriously, but if Kawhi wants to sit, they're going to let Kawhi sit. Paul George, I hope he plays a lot. I love Paul George's game. I want Paul George to. He was top 3 MVP voting one season. I really wanted him to get it. I finally kill it. No, fucking, there's a bug somewhere in here. Anyways, do I think that do I want the Clippers to be better? Sure, but injuries probably not.
I think that the Clippers are gonna go. Let's say 46 and a half. Yeah, I'll take the over. Just gonna think like 48.
I got the over. I think they can win.
I feel like Bones is gonna take it lead. He's gonna get a lot more PT. I like Bones a lot.
Lakers over under 47 and a half.
I'm gonna say over. I think they're gonna hit 50.
I'm also going to say over. I think they could also hit 50.
I'm gonna say over. So I think they hit 50, and they have LeBron.
There you go.
I'm over tired from all that.
Grizzlies, no. Grizzlies over under 46.5. 51 and 31 was their season this year.
I'll go under, just because I think Ja, being as good as the player as he is, 25 game suspension is still big. It's gonna be hard to win games consistently over that. And I know there was just like narrative going around that the Grizzlies are better without Ja Morant, and that was like literally 2 years ago in a very small sample size. And then last year, whenever he got suspended, they were like obviously worse on their offense. Offensively, they were obviously worse. And I feel like they picked up some defensive players that's not going to pick up that offense. They got Marcus Smart. He's not going to take up that offensive load. Who's he going to go to for the first 25 games? I don't know. I'm taking the under the Grizzlies.
I'm going under. Yeah, because of Ja.
If he's there, I'd say probably over for sure.
Timberwolves over under 44.5.
Uh,
They won 42, lost 40. I'm going over because Anthony Edwards is going to
Yep.
take that step.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just snapping right now, so it's gotta be over. Gotta be.
Maybe it's just they had 42 last year, 46. Like I could see them getting 46 wins comfortably.
If they never mind. Bucks over under 53.5. They won 58 last year, lost 24.
Did they really lose anybody?
No,
Javon Carter.
Devon Carter.
I can see them going.
I could see them just because
And they're only beast.
Over.
and they got a new coach, right? They got rid of Budenholzer.
They did. They fired him, but
I think they just hired that one Raptors assistant.
I don't know. I'm horrible at coaches.
All I know is I think the Bucks are a really good regular season team, so I could see them going over and getting 58 wins again this year.
I think they'll go over.
Yeah, over 53.
As long as Giannis is there, they're going to be a 50-win team. They just need some other players to give them 5 games.
Yeah.
Pelicans over under 44.5. 42 and 40 this year. If Zion is healthy, I'm going over
Yep.
Yeah,
easily.
Yep.
And he looks healthy.
And Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum is so like overlooked just because Zion wasn't there and they lost some games.
at least the
Yeah.
Jonas is this up on top 10 center.
Top 10 center? Maybe.
Lower end of that.
I don't.
Probably.
I would have to see the centers from every team to make a list.
I don't. Jonas don't get a lot of love like that.
He's just like Mr. Consistent, like 10 and 10 almost every night, close to there.
I mean, maybe it's
And that's
right.
all you. I mean, sometimes that's all you need out of your
Yeah,
center. If
so-
you got, offensive players like CJ and Brandon.
Wasn't he like one of the best 3-point shooting centers not too long ago?
Whenever he's in Memphis, he had a
Yeah,
shot on. Yeah.
Next team, Knicks over under 44.5. They won 47, lost 35.
Over.
I'm going over.
Over.
They just added pieces. They didn't really lose anybody.
Pieces that I think are going to fit like Dante DiVincenzo. He's going to gel.
I think the-
Like him and Jalen Brunson would be cool,
Yeah.
along with RJ, Jalen, Julius.
Julius is their biggest thorn, but sometimes he helps them. So I go over 44.
Julius is the bucket. I don't understand all the Julius hate.
It's just because his game does not resonate in today's NBA. He can get a bucket, but it's just not going to win you games. Like, it's not going to translate into playoffs. It'll be fun to watch in the regular season because it'll look cold. It'll be nice on a highlight, but in terms of winning, Julius
they
Randle's not that
they
good.
knocked my Cavs off, so I can't say much about that. They knocked my Cavs off.
Next team, Thunder over under 44.5. They won 40, lost 42. I'm going to go.
Going under.
Yeah, I think they'll hit 44, but I don't know if they'll get over it.
Yeah,
I'm going to go over just by a game. I think they'll hit 45.
I guess. I feel like I don't want to wish this on nobody, but I feel like some big piece that isn't Shea is gonna get injured. It's gonna send him back.
Weird.
I don't know.
I just think
Because
like
someone big's gonna get injured this season. I just have a feeling someone big's gonna get injured this season. It's gonna set a team back.
I just think they have a lot
I
of.
hope it's not my Cavs.
They still have a lot of young guys, and Chet's coming in. He's gonna help them with defense, but it'll be his rookie season, so I don't know if he's gonna be good or if he's. I don't think he's gonna be bad, but I don't think he's gonna be like astronomical. So I think they're just gonna hit. I think they could hit 44 exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going under. Magic over under 36.5. They won 34, lost 48.
I'll go over. Magic are super fun. I like them a lot, and
Follow is balling right now.
everyone's balling, and they're gelling together. Markel's playing good. Covington's playing
I
good.
watched Franz Wagner give
Wagner's playing
Paulo a
good.
bunch of buckets today. I watched the highlights.
I think I'll go
And Mo
over.
Wagner was cooking for some reason. I don't know.
They could hit 40. I think they could hit 40.
I'll go over. Suns over under 52.5. They won 45, lost 37.
I'm gonna go.
I'll take the
What is it?
over.
52.5. I'm going under.
I'm going under. I don't think, as much as I like Bradley Beal, I don't think he's gonna be that one piece to push him to 50.
And then it's a full season of KD too. Plus
Hopefully.
their roster is not not bad. Like you'd
Yeah.
think having like a very top heavy team, it'd be just like a bunch of bums that fill out the rest of the roster. No, they still got solid pieces throughout the whole piece.
I just don't like the addition of Bradley Beal is pushed him to 50.
I don't think
so.
I think it's like having a new coach and then having a full season KD and having Bradley Beal and having a solid cast where their responsibility is not all on your top three guys. Top four guys, I guess, if you want to count DA, but I'll go over. Maybe not by much, but
Kings over under 44.5. They won 48, lost 34. I'm sticking with the over. I think
Yeah.
going
I think the
probably
over-
right back where they were at.
I think they could end up at 50 if they. Well, I'm a big fan of Mike Brown as a coach, so I'll say over.
Spurs over under 28.5. They're at 22. They lost 60. I'm going over.
Ooh.
If Wemby balls like how he did, like
It's not
you said,
even
man,
Wimby. I just think Devin Vassell is going to go crazy with Keldon Johnson and Trey Jones. He's got a year under him. Jeremy Sohan's got a year under him. They still got Zach Collins. Their team's okay. Their team's okay. And
Yeah,
Wimby,
best
if
coach
Wimby
of
is
all time.
I
good,
was like, that's what I was about to say before I got interrupted.
all right.
The addition of Wemby is going to play a big part, obviously.
I just didn't want to start with Wimby because that's all anybody ever talks about, and they overlook the team that they already have,
Well,
which is good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good young players.
Trey Young, Duke guy. Shout out Trey.
Trey
I'll
Young.
take.
Trey.
You said Trey Young.
No, I said shout out Trey. The Duke guy. Did I say Trey Young?
You did say Trey
I
Young.
did not mean to say Trey Young. I said the Duke guy.
That's
Dude,
why.
fuck, it's almost 1 in the morning. Leave me alone.
I'll take the under, just because, like I said, some other
You're
teams
just a hater.
they don't have a lot of identity.
Hater.
But I no, I want them to. But I'll just if I was betting, that's what I'd do. But I obviously I
can't
think I
bet
want them to
Missouri.
do better.
Can't bet, so it doesn't matter. We gonna
That's why I'm going to drive over to Illinois just for the weekend and fucking blow my money.
Shout out Dre. Let's go to Illinois.
Raptors over under 36.5. They won 41, lost 41.
Under.
I'm going under.
Under. I feel like Freddie was a big part of the offense, and you can't just have a
And he was
team.
awful last season.
I know, but
So was Trey Young.
you can't just have a team
Yeah, but
full
I'm
of.
saying, but they lost. They kept Trey Young.
You can't just have a team full of like 6'9" guys running around expecting to get, back to where you were at 41-41.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like everyone that's on the Raptors roster is just a copy and paste of one another.
I think the Pascal Siakam hype is slowly going down.
Pascal Siakam is the same person as Scotty Barnes, is the same person as OG Anunoby. They're all just fucking cutter pieces. They're not to them though. They're good.
Next team is the Jazz over under 35.5. They won 37 last year. They lost 45.
They had a good starting run.
And they
So-
added John Collins.
Yeah, so I'll take the over. Won't be by much, I don't think. I don't know if they'll hit
And
40.
Danny Ainge as a GM is really good, and I feel like he might just pull some shit up. So I could take the Jazz over.
I'll take the over as well, but I still don't think they're hitting 40.
They're close to 40.
Last team is the Wizards over under 24.5. They won 35, lost 47. Under.
I think they're going to be the worst team in the East
Underwater.
by far.
by far, and
Underwater.
they're fine with that.
Jordan
Underwater
Poole
with
is going to
the
drop
block
60,
going.
and they're going to
They're
take him
gonna
out of the
say-
game.
Jordan, Kyle, take 20 shots apiece at every game.
You're not playing fourth quarter.
Yeah, have fun
Take
out
a
there
seat, buddy.
and get us the first pick in the draft.
The only team that's not on here was the Blazers. I don't know why. They didn't have the Blazers on there. I checked multiple times. I actually messed up on this list, and I was trying to put it into a grid. So I highlighted it and then pressed the grid, and it erased everything. So I had to do this twice. And during all of that time of looking, the Blazers were not on there. I'm taking the Blazers under. I don't know what it's at. I'm going under.
Going under, depending on if they get rid of Damian.
I'm just going under in general.
Yeah.
And that is it for the over under. Anything we want to say at all? Anything at all?
I'm sorry,
So-
Jordan, for yelling.
I don't care.
Sounded like you sounded really passionate about that
I
argument.
was just trying to finish what I was trying to say, and I couldn't.
You can finish right now.
No, it's too late.
Y'all can
I don't even
y'all
remember.
can hook it
I
up.
don't even remember what the argument was about. I just know that the
Um,
Warriors are gonna be better.
Better than the team that beat them in the semifinals of the playoffs.
Because the guy that lost as well. I don't fucking understand why you're talking. We both lost. We're both losers right now
Oh,
What about you?
why are you cussing at me though?
because we both lost.
Why are you cussing at me? For?
Because you're trying to troll, and
I'm
I'm,
not
I'm
trolling.
genuinely trying to have a conversation.
You said you didn't remember. I was reminding you
No,
what it was.
you were saying, oh, because of the Lakers, they beat them,
Because
and you lost to the Knicks.
Because you just
We're
said-
both losers. That's all I'm trying to. We're both losers. Just it's over. You lost. I lost. Our team's lost. We're losers. The only team that won, Nuggets. This year, everybody starts fresh,
Yeah, that's before.
except for the Heat.
I go in 4.
Oh yeah, Chicago. My bad. Forgot.
I'm not a Heat fan.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. Only when they're in the finals.
I'm a Timberwolves fan.
Oh yeah,
That fucking highlight
Sixers.
is
a
really-
man of many hats. Or what is it saying? Is that the
I
same?
think it is to say man of many hats.
I don't know.
I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah. Anything else? Posted our first tweet on Rimracket at Rimracket at X on X. I mean, on X / Twitter, whatever you still call it. First tweet is up at Rimracket. I also trying to do some TikTok stuff, but I just can't get any clips.
I think we're gonna start an OnlyFans.
We're not.
Mm.
I'm not.
No, we're not doing anything dirty, bro.
I'm just.
OnlyFans is a platform for fans to reach out to their favorite creators.
We got YouTube.
Don't make it weird.
Shout out YouTube.
Weird.
We'll show you guys some behind the scenes content.
We don't have any. I hit play and we go.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. What time is it, bro?
It's 1 o'clock.
106.
Do you want to shout out your music? You drop a song, right?
Oh, yeah. Just dropped a song, You and I. It's on all platforms right now. Y'all go run it up.
Predatory is
Lil Wall.
LILWAL. Go run
Hey.
that up.
WAL.
You
Yeah.
said it's called You and
Run
I.
it up. You and I featuring It's Metro. Shout out Metro.
Not Metro Boomin.
No, It's Metro.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's Metro.
Anything else? Did I do anything else?
Well, the past few weeks, I broke up with my girlfriend.
You want to tell them how you feel, or?
I just, you guys were filling in about life, and I just figured.
Any of our male audience, you guys want to hit them up?
Can you guys give me some advice in the comments? Any women I can meet up with?
Didn't we just put the stat that it was all men?
It was all men. Yeah. The last thing I'm gonna say, I started streaming again today. I did one stream. It was 39 minutes long. I just watched USA team highlight, or the USA basketball highlights from, I guess when this drops, from the 20th, whenever they played Germany. I watched those,
That was a
and
fire game.
yeah, because I was at work, I didn't get to watch it, but I saw everybody tweeting about Anthony Edwards, so I wanted to see what he was doing. He's a dog. So I went back, watched it on stream. I also watched Stephen A. Smith on his take about Steph Curry saying he was the greatest point guard of all time. So if you guys want content like that, you can tap in at on Twitch. It's at RK Legends, RK_Legends. I don't know if I want to do Twitch or Kick, but if I decide to do Kick, I'll put it later. I'll say it later.
Messenger?
Is Kick like another streaming?
Dude, that threw me off. I was like, all right, Jordan, bringing it back
Kick
to
is another streaming
2012.
platform. I also thought about doing YouTube. I don't know, but
Wait, hold on, another thing. First Take. That's where Shannon Sharp went, right?
Mhm.
Shannon Sharp on First Take.
And then Richard
I don't
Sherman's on
remember-
Undisputed.
I don't remember what any of those are. I hear first take. I hear
First
undisputed.
take. First take is
I
Stephen.
don't remember
Stephen
who
A.
to-
Stephen A. is first take. Undisputed is
So Shannon Sharp and Stephen A.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
And
good.
then Richard
But
Sherman.
it's only going to be
and
like 2 days a
LeBron's
week,
biggest
only
hater.
about football.
I like Stephen A.
Which I like that because
No, was
during for basketball,
Skip Bayless?
What?
Huh?
Is it Skip Bayless? Undisputed?
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Skip Bayless and Richard Sherman.
So, what the schedule is looking like for Stephen A. Smith is on the football side, he's going to argue with like Shannon Sharp, and then the basketball is JJ Redick. And JJ Redick makes him look stupid every time, so it's hilarious highlights.
Stephen A. Smith is great.
Put Richard Jefferson on there, man. That's all we need. Put Richard Jefferson on there.
RJ. I don't remember who Richard Jefferson was. I thought you were talking about Richard Sherman, and I was like, I don't know. It just didn't. Anyways, I think that'll be it for the episode. Like, subscribe, follow us on X at
Comment your favorite
rimracket.com.
part of the podcast down below.
If you stayed this long, tell me your over under on the
Jacob's Love Life.
on the Warriors.
over under Jacob's Love Life. Over under 0.5. Have a girl, won't have a girl by December.
I got the under. It's gonna be the negative. You're gonna
Make sure you put some money on the Have a Girl money line.
Have a girl money line. Please like, subscribe.
donate to the GoFundMe for new feet because I can't stand these hoes.
Message the Missouri senator to try to let us bet and gamble all of our money away.
He's like, hey, loser, we need 4.
All right. Peace out.
Later.
Love y'all.
A10.